Hi Cancer, this is Samantha from Insights Tarot, and I'm here to give you your general read for June, the second part of June 2020. This is a general read for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the 15th through the 30th of June 2020. Remember, it's a general read, Cancer. That just simply means it won't resonate with all of you. Take which messages do and leave the rest. Thanks so much. If you happen to be looking into matters of love and relationships and your Venus is in the sign of Cancer, you're also in the right spot for that reading, if love information should come up. Okay, so as always, I have two decks of cards. That means there's going to be two rows, Cancer. The top row is what's going on outside of you and around you, and the bottom row is what's going on inside of you. What are you thinking and feeling? Without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and start your reading. Just simply wanted to know, well, first, I hope that you're doing good today. And second, that we've now entered into eclipse season. We have 3 eclipses in this season, and eclipses typically mean a time of great changes, endings and beginnings, and they're powerful. They last 6 months or more. So whatever changes are happening in your life now, expect them to be big changes and for their energy to last for some time. These eclipses fall in the signs of Sagittarius and Capricorn. So in your astrological birth chart, whichever houses there are ruled by Sagittarius and Capricorn are the houses that will be most impacted. And if you happen to have personal planets in those houses, the influence of the eclipse will be just that much stronger for you. So with that information being given, the first eclipse was June 5th, the second one is June 21st, and the third is July 5th. So again, with that information, let me go ahead and start your reading, okay, Cancer? What's going on for Cancer at this time? What's happening in their world? What's important for them? 3 of Wands. What's going on for Cancer? 4 of Cups. What is going on for Cancer now? Judgment. Bottom of the deck. These cards. Wow. Yep. The World card. I've got to just say, the World and Judgment have been showing up. So, whenever major arcana come into a reading, it definitely does mean bigger than normal changes. Gonna do the bottom row now. What's going on emotionally? What are you thinking? So, what is Cancer thinking and feeling? Spirit. What's going on in Cancer's mind at this time? The Devil under the 3 of Wands. Ace of Wands under the 4 of Cups. Knight of Wands underneath Judgment. Bottom of the deck. 3 of Swords underneath the World. Okay, Cancer. I always start with the top row, which is what's going on outside of you. And I weave in the bottom row, how you're thinking and what you're thinking and feeling about it all. I start over here. These are your general energies. The World card has been popping up, and I'm getting the same message. Endings. You've gone as far as you can in something. And I feel like there's movement here. Movement with the World card and movement with the Knight of Cups. This could be movement into or away from a relationship that has heartstrings attached to it. It could be movement into or out of a home, into or out of a job, into or out of a relationship, into or out of some other type of situation. Could it be with your health? Could be with your money. I feel like, though, that whatever the movement is, there are heartstrings attached to this. It will affect you emotionally. I'm drawn to the moon up here. And I really do feel like it's eclipsing. So I feel like some of you are definitely currently going through things now. You could be moving now, moving away from, moving through, or moving into some new beginning. With the Seven of Swords, I feel like whatever situation you're moving away from, it was a tricky one. It was tricky. There could have been a lot of fears involved in that relationship, involved in leaving that relationship. Self-doubts. You could have had somebody who wasn't quite right for you. You could have been in a relationship or still be in a relationship with somebody who's not honest with you. There could be some deceit or trickery there. With the Seven of Swords, it really does speak to needing to purge away, to physically move away from something that no longer fits you in your life. So you'd be leaving something behind. Definitely something that has heartstrings attached. And you could be now communicating about that at this time. For some, again, general reading. For some of you, this will be in matters of work, others in matters of love. Some of you, it's multiple. You could be working on yourself and your spiritual journey, as well as dealing with other aspects of your life. This could be in family. I do sense that some of you are dealing with deep fears now. Others of you are catching yourself. There could be lying to yourself. You could be lying to yourself and coming to a point where you're no longer willing to accept that with the World card. The World card is asking you to move on and move forward, and I think you are going to start looking ahead to what's coming next. It's a card of completion. So you've gone as far as you can, and I think you're passionate about this, but fearful as well. For many of you, this could be within a love relationship with the Ace of Cups and then the King of Wands. So we have the King and Queen of Wands here, which does signify a relationship. There could be an ending, especially with that Death card there. There could have been a recent ending or change in a relationship. And healing. You could be doing that healing work now. The Wands is a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. You could be dealing with them, or this is just a passionate love relationship that you're working through and that you're passionate about. Or it could be a passionate love relationship that no longer is fulfilling to you, that you're wanting to leave out of. Especially with that Three of Swords here, it does indicate that it's time to move on. Some of you are moving. This is an airplane in motion. So you're moving away from or out of a situation or a relationship that no longer serves you. If it hasn't happened, it could, and if for some of you, it's already happened. That's what I'm trying to say. It's already happened. Some of you, it's already happened. Some of you, it's happening now. Some of you, it will happen in the future. Travel is indicated as well here now. But I really feel like if it's travel, it's moving into or out of. Into or out of a home, apartment, into a new space. And this is my timer card, 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months. So I'm really feeling like for those of you that this has happened, it's happened within 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months, backwards, or a week ago. I'm going to extend it because of the eclipse, 6 days, 6 weeks, 6 months outward. So whatever the situation is, it's going to It's going to change you. With the Three of Swords, it's something that emotionally affects you. It could even have broken your heart. It was a hard journey. And for those of you that are going through it now, you know it's a hard journey. You've been on that road. And you're wondering about your future. You're wondering what's next, what's coming next. With that Seven of Cups, you might not be seeing things clearly. I do feel like for those of you in this spot, you're definitely feeding into your fears a little bit here, and it's making you indecisive. With the Two of Wands here, he's staring at his shadow, and the devil is his shadow aspect. So these are your fears. You could be feeding them, which serves to create lessons for you to learn with that Six of Wands there. I do feel like you're learning some very valuable lessons now, and these are the lessons that are going to help you move forward. So that's what you're dealing with in general. It's moving into or out of certain situations in your life. Again, will be different for different ones of you. It's a very general reading. If you want a personalized reading tailored just to you, the information is below. Love to do that for you. So the world suggests that you're moving into or out of a situation or a relationship that is going to cause you some pain, or has. For some of you, it's already happened. Others of you, you're dealing with it now, and others of you, it will be soon to come. With the Three of Wands, it speaks to a new beginning, a passionate new beginning, but with the devil, it speaks to fears. So I think you're very worried or anxious about some new beginning around you, and you're not sure that you quite want it. This could be job. This could be leaving out of a job. Maybe you're worried that you won't find a replacement. For those of you who are interviewing, maybe you're afraid you won't get the job. If it's romantic, you might be afraid that you'll be alone. I think you're, for some of you, you're waiting for signs. You're waiting to see, you're waiting for some validation on, or guidance on what to do here. Validation that you're doing the right thing, or guidance to lead you in which direction to go. It will be different for different ones of you. I think with the devil, fears and ego might be involved here for you. And I think, you know, what it is it's preventing you from moving forward, and it's causing great indecisiveness, which I mentioned here with the Two of Wands. And again, we got the devil on the wall there as well. So I think another message is that this could be a time of beginning to work on your own shadow self. You're beginning to work on your own traumas. You're beginning to heal yourself by working through the things that are causing you repetitive issues with judgment there. You could have some very dysfunctional ways, and you know it. This is the thing, you know it. You're beginning to see your own patterns, or how you're sabotaging yourself or your relationships, and this could be a beginning of that journey to healing your own stuff, your own triggers, your own shadow. So that does come up too. And I think you're wanting guidance there in doing that. With the Three, I do feel like for some of you it's back to relationships, and we're dealing with relationship issues. So some of you could be dealing with two things at once. You're trying to deal with whatever, you know, this relationship issue, but also work on yourself. And I think you might be seeing your role in the discord that was created within the relationship. So it's about taking responsibility and ownership of your part there, and working to heal that for the future. So I you know, and that's not an easy feat, to be able to look in the mirror and own your own stuff. And that's something that I feel like if you haven't recently started within the last 3 months, you are beginning to now, or you will within the next 6. But because of your own fears and your own way of thinking, your belief systems, I think you're left in a place of nonchalance or not knowing or indecisiveness about where you want to go. There could be a new beginning, but you're not sure you want it. You're not sure you want to heal a particular relationship. You're not sure you want to stay at a job. You're not sure you want to do, I don't know, move to a new home. Again, there's some sort of offer or change or new beginning that is on your plate and you're just not sure. You're not sure it's right for you. You're not sure you want to go there. You're not sure if it's for your highest good. The reasons for it, for not wanting it, will be different between all of you. But the matter is that it's there and you're kind of not moving towards it. Not quite yet. And this is a cyclical pattern. You've probably had these opportunities in the past, and it does indicate that that there are patterns of thinking and fear that are blocking you from moving forward. So with the Four of Cups, this is about the foundations of your life. Could indicate your marriage or a good job. Whatever it is, it's stability and security that you're wanting. But you might have some fears or some self-sabotage or procrastination going on that's preventing you from actually taking the action necessary to move forward. Now, for some of you, this feels like it could be past tense, as if you've already went through it. With the World card and the Three of Swords, I am certainly feeling movement. So again, this story might be what you're struggling to work through at this time. Some of you have already worked through it, but I feel for some of you, you are working through it. You're doing that right now. You're trying to weed your way out of an unclear situation, the lack of clarity is due to your fears and anxieties and beliefs, Cancer. It's jumbling up and muddying the waters. So once you're able to work out or heal or work through your own specific issues, you'll see that things get clearer for you. With the Judgment card and the Knight of Wands, we have a lot of wands in this reading, so this is something that you're passionate about. This could be a very passionate love relationship or a job you're passionate about, or you could be now passionate about your spiritual journey or the healing process. But I am noticing a lot of wands. For some of you, it's definitely a creative project or work. With the Judgment card, though, it does suggest that you're in a time of awakening, of review, of renewal. Okay, so you could have people coming back or situations coming back around for second chances. Okay, and I don't know that you're seeing this clearly with the Knight of Wands. Here we have a man and he's at a bar and he's drinking and he's looking at his drink. So you're inspecting a situation, but you're not seeing it clearly. In terms of this card, you could be taking unclear action because you're not sure. You're not seeing things clearly. You are being divinely guided and you do want to take action, but your action lacks intention, lacks clarity. With the Judgment card, it's karmic lessons being learned. It could stand for changes in your job, changes in relationships, endings and beginnings. It's a time of evaluation. Okay, so I do feel like if you are in a relationship, I think it could be a very toxic or unhealthy relationship. That, or you've got to work on your unhealthy relationship with yourself is what I just heard. Some of you could need to be working on your shadow stuff, which I mentioned earlier. Here, this would second that particular thought with the Knight of Wands. It does suggest that you've got some issues that you have to work through, but you're not seeing them clearly. And this is cyclical. This pattern of behavior and thinking and believing is cyclical. And again, I'm back to saying, I think you know it. I think you see it now. And I'm not sure. I think to start off, you might be scared about it or not sure what you want to do with it. That's why the Four of Cups is here. But ultimately, I think you're going to work through it and make some choices. Again, this is a month, or a time, should I say, of endings and beginnings. Entering or leaving certain situations or relationships, and you're definitely going to take that opportunity to do that. So I have the Enchanted Map Tarot here, or Oracle should I say, and I'm going to go ahead and pull an additional message for you. These I read intuitively, which just simply means I don't read them using the book, okay? The first card that flipped when I was it's Heal the Ouch. When I was shuffling. Heal the Ouch. So I really feel like I was just talking about healing your shadow self. Healing your own problems. Some of you are exiting out of relationships. You could be now taking time to heal yourself from the hurt there. But also, in the same token, you're healing your own traumas and your shadows. Others of you will be wanting to try and heal that relationship, and with 3 and 8 that equals 11, so you're definitely being divinely guided. Now there could be, if it's not a relationship that you're trying to heal, it could be a situation, could be with work or with family. You could be working on your own personal health. I'm drawn to the nurse's cap here, the fact that this is all about healing. This is a time of great healing for you, Cancer. And one of the biggest message here is working and healing yourself. Moving slow and steady. I can't tell you how much this card has came out in a couple other readings already. So I think you're slowly but surely moving into a new pattern or a new way of life. You're slowly but surely deciding what you want, moving towards it. I think the eclipses and the last full moon probably gave you an extra bump to move you forward. This is a great time of metamorphosis. So you're in a time of great change. I'm drawn to the butterfly here and the cocoon. I feel like you're coming out of something. You're coming out of a situation, a new person. And if you're not coming out of it, you're in it and you're working to come out of it. It's about healing those shadows, that darker part of you. We need it. And we'll always have them. But this is a time of great change. It's a time to heal. And definitely take this time to your advantage, because there will be no other time ever like it. Unexpected Visitors was at the bottom of the deck. It wanted to come out once before, so I figured I'd give it a mention. Some of you with Judgment, there could be people and situations coming back into your life unexpectedly now. And they could be a source of sadness or disruption. You might have to finally say goodbye to whatever this situation is or this person. These could be your own habits returning. They're unexpected. Whatever it is, this is a time of unexpected changes or events coming back around. Okay? So those are your messages, Cancer. I wish you the best with them. If you happen to like the video, like, share, and subscribe, as well as hitting that little thumbs up under the video. It lets me know you appreciate the information that I'm giving here today. Thank you so much for coming and joining me. I definitely appreciate your love and support. And until next time. Love and light always. Namaste.